are you doing?
Hi, doing
I'm
good.
Anisha. I'll be your nurse practitioner today.
Sounds good.
Okay. Just have some questions to go through with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you tell me your date of birth, please?
10-6-79.
And your place of birth?
Rosenberg, Texas, or Richmond, Texas.
Okay. All right. And are you married?
I am.
Okay. And then how much education? What's your highest level that you completed?
The highest level that I completed was my bachelor's degree.
Okay. And what's your profession?
I am an electrical engineer.
All right. And what health insurance do you have?
I believe Blue Cross Blue Shield. I have to ask my wife.
Oh, okay, okay. And why, in your own words, tell me what's your problem? What's going on today? What's wrong?
Well, what's happening is, it's every now and then, you know, my wife blames it on the supplements that I take, but I have chest pains every now and then,
Okay.
you know, and
And how long do they last?
it depends, you know, sometimes it'll be short for a few minutes, and then sometimes it'll be a lingering feeling of you know, pressure in my chest.
Okay. And is there something that you do something that brings it on?
Well, you know, I think sometimes after I work out, I can feel it every now and then. Sometimes when I have a lot going on during the day, I feel the onset of it.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that makes it worse?
Sometimes when I lay horizontal, I feel it too.
Oh, okay.
Nothing that makes it worse. I do, you know, this is probably a bad thing. I do notice every now and then if I take a 5 hour, and then a few hours later I take some of my supplements to burn the you know, to speed up my metabolism, fat burners, then sometimes I feel a little bit of pressure in my chest.
Okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 0 being no pain and 10 being the worst, what would you say your pain level would be when this comes on?
You know, I have a high pain tolerance, so it's really hard for me to gauge, but I would say just pressure, not really pain. 3, 4 maybe.
Okay. All right. And then you said how long again does it last?
It could range anywhere from a few minutes to, you know, at nighttime, winding down in the evenings, and I lay horizontal, and it could last for up to 10 minutes.
Okay. Do you have an idea of anything that might be causing this yourself?
You know, I really don't know. You know, again, my wife says possibly the supplements. I don't think so. I've been taking them for a while. Maybe it might be due to how hard I work out. You know, I'm an adrenaline junkie.
You work out pretty hard.
Oh yeah, I'm a beast in the gym. Yeah, I get it in.
Okay. Now let's go to your history, your past medical history. Have you been hospitalized for anything?
When I was 3 or 4, I was hospitalized. I had a hernia.
Okay.
I was working with my grandfather trying to lift a tree trunk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've been strong since I was little.
Any other hospitalization?
No other hospitalization.
Okay. Any blood transfusions, anything like that?
No blood transfusion.
Okay. Any childhood illnesses? Have you had measles, mumps, chickenpox, anything like that when you were a child?
Chickenpox. I think everybody had chickenpox, right? I think I had the chickenpox.
Okay.
I vaguely remember that. Well, I know I had the chickenpox.
All right. Any surgeries, inpatient, outpatient surgeries?
Yeah. I have a couple war wounds. Tore both my ACLs.
Oh.
My Achilles. Popped both of those.
Okay.
One during CrossFit, one during a rough game of basketball.
So you had surgery on your ACL and your Achilles?
Well, on my right knee, I didn't get surgery on either of my knees like I should have, but on my right knee, I did have a procedure done where they scoped it, my meniscus.
Okay.
And then, and the doctor did look at both knees, and he did confirm that my ACL, you know, are gone. It's probably a miracle that I'm still walking.
Oh, wow. Okay.
ACL, PCL, MCL, and they've kind of fused back together. But then my Achilles, I'm sorry, what was the question?
You said surgery on the Achilles?
Oh yeah, so my Achilles, I popped both of my Achilles.
Okay. So you had to get those repaired?
I did get those surgeries
Okay,
repaired.
two repaired, okay.
Yes.
All right, and are you pretty much up to date with your immunizations, your shots?
I believe so. I try to avoid those things, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you know that's good to keep up with.
Well, my wife forces me.
Oh, good. Any allergies to food, medication, or anything?
Not that I know of. I vomit when I eat eggs.
Oh, just a distaste to it.
I don't like them.
Did you eat them growing up, or is it something later?
I love them growing up. I used to eat them with ketchup, hot sauce.
Okay, so just you've gone to not like them?
I think I probably just ate too much cheese, meat. I would put everything on them. It was,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But now they make me nauseous.
Okay. What about current medications? Are you on any American medications right now?
No. I try to stay away from medicines. I
Okay.
don't like those.
Any mental history and mental problems in the past? You, your family?
Me, my family. Well, my family is crazy as heck, but no mental issues. They just
Okay.
a little different.
All right. And have you had an EKG, a chest X-ray, or anything like that in the past? Dental exams? Are you pretty up to date with those things like that? Well, dental exam, eye exam. Are you up to date with them?
I am.
Okay.
I think I'm due for an eye exam.
Hearing and all that.
But
TB test. Have you had one of those in a while?
Um,
Tuberculosis test.
I think so. Yeah. My wife made me get that not too long ago.
Okay, we'll check your files then.
Okay.
What about have a chest X-ray or EKG? Have you ever had anything like that before?
No, not that I can remember.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go talk about your family history.
Okay.
This includes your grandparents, your parents, your spouse, and your children. So is there any?
Lunch.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Is there any history of any type of communicable diseases or anything in your family?
No, not that I know of. No.
All right. What about
What does communicable mean?
you know anything that can be illnesses that can be spread, like I don't know, hepatitis, things like that?
Oh no, I don't think so.
What about history of like cancers and things like that, high blood pressure, diabetes, things like that?
Cancer. Cancer
Okay.
has been in my family.
What type of cancer?
My grandfather had. You know what? I don't know what type of cancer he had. I know he had cancer.
Okay.
I don't know what type it was. My mom, she had breast cancer or lung cancer.
Okay.
I can't remember which one it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what's your
You know what? My grandmother on my dad's side did have heart conditions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot
Okay.
about that.
Like, do you know exactly like
No, he just said she had heart
heart
trouble.
attack or? Okay.
She did die from a heart attack.
Oh, she did.
She
Okay.
did pass from a heart attack.
Okay.
She did.
And what's your spiritual resource or your religion? What do you practice?
Practice. Well, I'm real spiritual, not super religious. So you know, I don't know if I have a certain practice.
Okay. What is your health perception? You know, how do you perceive health? Is it something important to you?
Oh, it's number one. It's number one. I try to keep my health first. I try to wake up every morning with a good bowl of oatmeal. No salt, no sugar,
Okay.
no seasoning, just plain oats and water. And then I follow it up with a big glass of milk.
Okay.
I take multivitamins every day,
Oh, that's good.
and I try to work out every day during my lunch break.
That's really good. Okay.
I work out really hard. I sweat very good.
Have you had any appetite changes or anything?
It changes from day to day, my appetite. I eat pretty good though. I'm
Okay.
a pretty healthy boy.
Any weight losses or gains that you've noticed?
Only gains. I'm trying to lose though.
Oh, okay. Okay. And what about fluid? How much water do you kind of take in every day?
I drink, I believe, plenty of water. I try to ensure that I get 7 to 8 glasses of water a day.
Okay.
That's what my wife tells me I should have.
Okay. How's your bowel and your bladder? Have you been having good bowel movements, and is your urine okay? Are you having any problems with that?
Yeah, it's okay. I stay constipated.
Oh, you do.
I do.
Okay.
I just, I have to drink more water. 7 to 8 probably not getting it for me.
How often do you have a bowel movement? Daily, is it or?
Once a day.
Okay.
Once a day. But when I'm drinking like water like I should, I cut the alcohol back. Then I probably use it twice a day.
Okay. And what about your bladder? Any trouble with that? Your urine, anything? Are you peeing okay? Any problems? Any burning or anything?
No. I can hold my pee like a camel. I'm good.
I mean, do you actually eliminate okay? Do you let it out okay?
Oh, I do. Yes.
Okay. All right. And where do you live exactly? What kind of community do you live in? City or is it urban, rural? Where do you actually live? Kind of neighborhood?
It's a suburb
Okay.
of the city. You know, it's
Oh, good, good, good. No known exposures of anything that would be alarming or, something you need to.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
We hear some crazy stuff in that military lives around here. I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay.
I've seen some crazy stuff out the window.
And when you're at work, are you exposed to any toxins that you know about or anything? Or how is your job really set up?
Not that I know about any toxins. No, I remember my first engineering job with Alcoa. There was a lot of stuff going on there. I wasn't around for any of it though, so I think everything is okay. I wasn't exposed to anything. Some of the old heads around there used to tell me some crazy stories, but I wasn't there for any of it, luckily. So I'd have to say no.
Okay, are you able to, independently, I'm pretty sure you're able to get around and do everything on your own? No problems going up and down stairs, anything like that?
No, I run the stairs in the morning
Okay.
in my house twice,
With your family,
backwards. Totally.
what is your role in your family relationships? You're meeting people. How do you, you make decisions and all that? How do you guys work together as a unit?
Who? My family?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're excellent. We're a tight unit. Me and my wife, we're an unstoppable team. Then I have a couple pair of children. They're pretty awesome. My daughter, she's a rock star. She just recently dyed her hair gold. My son, he's a basketball phenom.
Okay.
He can touch the net already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's only 5.
Okay. How's your memory and everything? Is that okay? Your memory okay and everything? Remembering things? Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay.
No, I have a memory like an elephant.
Okay. How about your sleep patterns? How do you sleep? Do you sleep pretty good at night?
I toss and turn a little bit, but I sleep really well. My family says I snore. I don't believe it. I've never heard myself.
Okay. Any naps during the day or anything like that?
Between me and you, I catch a couple Z's at work. I close my door and I turn around.
Oh, at work?
Face the wall, yeah.
Okay.
But I make it look like I'm working.
Do you sleep on a pillow at night? Or do you use pillow at all?
Yes. I like fluffy pillows.
How many do you sleep on normally?
I usually stack 2.
Is that just because for comfort, or is that something you need to do to help you sleep better?
Oh, no, just for comfort. I push one back against the wall and I have the other one laid up under my body just right.
Okay.
So it just feels like I'm snuggled into the bed when I crawl in. Yeah.
And you told me you exercise. How often do you exercise?
Oh, sometimes twice a day, usually at least once.
Every day of the
45 minutes.
week, or just Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
Okay,
Weekends are rough for me.
gotcha.
I tend to eat a little bit, binge eat, and
What are your hobbies?
drink a little bit. Huh?
What are your hobbies?
Well, my hobbies, I absolutely love trail running. I love getting out in the wilderness and just running for hours
Okay.
at a time. If that can be considered a hobby. I don't necessarily know if I have a hobby outside of ripping and running with my kids. They're into sports all the time, and that pretty much consumes all of my time.
Okay. Well, since you exercise, I say 5 times a week, I think that's probably one of your hobbies also, you say?
I love working out.
Yeah.
I love working out. I have a bench press in my basement. I don't use it.
What about, do you travel outside the U.S.?
We love to travel.
Oh, okay.
We just went to South Africa not too long ago.
Great.
Swung by London, hollered at my people, headed back to the family.
All right. And what about social habits? What about tobacco, alcohol, and street drugs?
Oh, no street drugs here. No tobacco, alcohol. I dabble in it just a little bit.
How often would you say you drink a day per week?
Well, it's really on the weekend. I don't drink through the week. I try not to, at least.
Okay.
I might have a social drink at a business gathering or something like that.
So 1 or 2 drinks, or?
On the weekend, 1 or 2.
Okay.
On the weekend, 1 or 2 for sure.
All right.
With the occasional through the week.
All right. Do you feel safe at home with your partner? Do you have any concerns about any harm or anything at home?
Oh, she's feisty, but no.
Okay.
No, I trust her. I trust her with my life.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you had any major life changes in the last 2 years?
No life changes. Well, not life changes. No.
Okay.
I've changed jobs.
Okay.
My wife.
Well, that could be a pretty good life changes. Is like, are you in a totally different position now?
It is. It's a totally different company.
Okay.
My wife graduated from nursing school. She started, within 2 years ago, and so we both kind of started on new career paths, and
Okay.
it's been pretty awesome. So yeah, I guess there has been some life changes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And how's your sexual pattern? Your gender preference. Do you prefer male, female? I know you say you're married, but
Oh,
these questions.
Oh, what? Yeah, female all day. Female all day.
Okay.
Back in the day, I was you know.
And sexual health or function? You've been okay in that department, and any problems?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just that's my wife.
Okay. All right. So, you said there's no weight change. Have you felt tired or any fevers or anything lately?
No fevers. Have felt a little tired every now and then.
Okay.
I have those, I don't know if you call them chest palpitations, but every now and then.
And that makes you feel tired when it goes on?
Well, you know, now that you say that, I think I noticed those during times when I'm a little fatigued.
Okay. So that's when the onset of them.
I think so. I think there's a connection there, maybe.
Okay. All right. Any skin rashes, sores, itchiness, or anything? Changes in your nails or hair that you've noticed?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
No, my hair's good.
And
Yeah.
I'm also with the weight. Have you had any like a gain or a loss of 2 or more pounds recently? That you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I went from 255 to I hover around 220 now.
Oh, you've lost that much.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to or just
Trying to really working out, really
Okay.
focusing on
That's good.
my workouts and my health.
Okay. Any headache or head injury or dizziness or vertigo that you're going through?
No,
Okay.
my wife has hit me in my head a couple times, but no.
Any vision changes, eye pain, redness, or anything around the eyes?
No.
Double vision that you're witnessing, blurred vision?
No. Well, you know what? I've had blurred vision a couple times with the chest palpitations, and I did notice that my vision might go slightly blurry and come back. Didn't pay it much mind. I'm sitting down, didn't think anything about it, but room feels like it spins just a little bit and then stops, and it's really weird. Really, it's rare. It's really rare for it to happen, but I know it's happened a few times in the last couple of years.
All right. And I'm sorry, you told me before, but how long has this been going on, these episodes of this chest pain? How long have you been experiencing it?
I would say off and on, to be honest with you. It started before I was electrical engineer, I was actually coaching for a high school boys basketball team. Long story there. But during that time, I started to experience some chest pains. I attributed it to weight. I had seen the doctor then. She did tell me that I was having a little bit of high blood pressure at that time.
Okay.
Since then, started focusing on more working out. Once I switched over to engineering, I wasn't coaching anymore. I didn't really notice any chest pains anymore. They just started to surface or resurface probably within the last 4 years.
Okay. So you've been dealing with it for a while then? Just never thought about going in and checking on it?
Well, I did, and it went away. So it's so off and on that in the last 4 years I haven't thought about really bringing it up.
With your ears, any ringing or ear pain or changes in your hearing?
No changes in my hearing. No, except for when my wife is yelling at me and I turn my ears off.
Have you had any ear infections?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And with your nose, any recent colds or congestion that you've gone through? Sinus pain, change in smells, anything like that?
No.
That you've noticed?
No.
Okay. You have hay fever? You have any allergies? Like to hay fever?
I used to real bad when I lived in Texas.
Uh-huh.
Here in Colorado, I haven't noticed it at all.
Okay.
Used to cut the grass, face swell up like a
Oh, wow.
blueberry.
No nosebleeds or anything?
Here in Colorado, I've had a few. I think it's due to the dry weather, though. They told me when I got here
Okay.
I'd have a few of those.
All right.
Not from digging in my nose, just from the altitude and the dry weather.
Let's move to your gums. Any bleeding that you've noticed in your gums or anything? Toothaches, like tears or anything in your mouth that you've noticed?
No, I brush my teeth really well. Sometimes I brush them too hard. Every now and then I do notice a little bit of blood if I brush my teeth too hard.
Have you had any hoarseness?
Hoarse? No hoarseness. In my throat? No.
Have you had a tonsillectomy before?
I don't even know what that is, no.
Your tonsils taken out?
Oh, no.
Okay. Any altered change in your taste?
No.
Okay.
I think my taste is great.
And when was your last dental appointment?
Dental appointment? I think, I think I went at the beginning of last year.
Oh, so you're probably due for one then.
Probably. Mark tries to get me in all the time.
Okay. And then neck pain. Any lumps that you've noticed? Any enlarged or tender nodes or anything
No.
that you've noticed? Stiffness, unable to move, limited movement in your neck, anything like that?
No. After a good workout, sometimes I feel a little stiffness in my shoulders and in my neck, but that's just from working out. I have a pretty wide neck. They've told me, but I don't notice any loss. Just it's kind of muscular, a little muscle in my neck.
Okay. What about with your breast? Any type of change, any type of sensitivity in your chest area that you've noticed? Any rashes or anything on your chest or anything?
No rashes, no sensitivities either. No.
Okay.
Nothing.
No tenderness? Okay.
It's just as good.
And what about with your lungs? Any coughing that you've gone through? Anything? And if so, have you coughed up anything recently? Any congestion?
So there no real congestion, but I have experienced when I have the little chest pains every now and then, a little bit of shortness of breath.
Okay. All right. And this shortness of breath, is it more with moving, or just when you're sitting still also, or?
I could be sitting still. It really, I think it really has to do with just when I feel my chest tightening a little bit of pressure. Then I notice that my breaths are a little bit more shallow.
Okay. Any wheezing that you've heard yourself from you, or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No wheezing, yeah.
And any lung pain that you're feeling, or
No
just
real-
more chest?
More chest, no real lung pain.
Okay. And have you ever had a chest x-ray?
No, I don't think I have.
Now let's get to the part that's really bothering your cardiac part, your chest pain. This discomfort, these palpitations I'm thinking you're feeling.
Yeah, I believe it's palpitations. Doesn't palpitations mean like flutters or a little short? Or just,
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, any swelling or anything that you notice or anything?
Swell in my chest? No, but I've been working out some.
What about high blood
Well,
pressure recently?
No.
Okay.
Nothing recently that the doctor said. That's the other thing. I've gone to the doctor. I've done my annual physicals, and they tell me I'm fine. That's what makes it so weird every now and then, the chest pain.
And then your shortness of breath, though, you are getting that.
Yeah.
Do you have a history of murmurs that you know about?
Not that I know about. I do have a cousin that had heart murmurs. So
Okay.
she was fast. She was attractive.
All right.
She didn't sweat.
Have you had any nausea or vomiting going on?
No, I have not.
Okay. Any trouble with your eating that you noticed?
No trouble at all. No. I
Okay.
eat plenty.
No diarrhea or
I eat too
anything?
much. No diarrhea.
Is there a certain food that your body just does not do well with?
Eggs.
Okay. And then
Unless I cook it like a piece of steak.
any with your urinary stream, is there any hesitance or dribbling with it? How is that happening? When you urinate.
No solid stream.
Okay. Pretty strong.
Strong.
All right.
Strong.
Have you had any exposure to HIV?
No.
Okay.
Heavens
Have you had a testicular exam before?
no. Prostate exam?
Your testicles, like with
Will
your
they make you
normal
cough?
physical.
Well, football all the time, they make you.
So after that, I know,
Performance
yeah, in high school, yeah.
Yeah.
So like with your yearly physicals,
They do
thinking that when you go to the
They
doctor.
make me cough. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And also, I guess with your sexual habits, has there been satisfaction? Has there been any disinterest or anything? Or how is that in the sexual part with your wife? How's everything?
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
It's every day.
Okay.
Twice a day sometimes.
And we're gonna go start more about your vascular, your veins and your arteries. Any type of tingling or numbness, have you felt that within any of your extremities or anything?
No tingling.
Okay. Any numbness?
No, nothing I can think
Okay.
of. No,
Leg cramps, anything like that? Any discoloration, change in color that you've noticed?
no discoloration. With the numbness part, now that you say that, I was just thinking, back on that. I have experienced a few times a little bit of numbness in my right arm, just out of nowhere. I'm sitting, not doing anything. don't really know if it's from working out. It's a good chest day. You know, sometimes you pull a muscle and you feel a little tightness, but a couple of times I felt a little tightness in the right arm.
Okay, any muscular or joint pain or cramps that you've had?
No joint pain.
Joint stiffness, arthritis, gout that you have any history of?
No.
Okay.
No, when it's wintertime, I feel a little bit of stiffness in my knees, but that's just because of the injuries I've suffered.
Okay. Like from playing sports or something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk about more of your nerves and all that thing. Have you had any history of seizures or fainting or anything like that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I take that back. Once, they took like 10 vials of blood from me, and I passed out.
Oh, you passed out when some blood was taken before?
Yeah.
Had you
too much.
eaten or something or not eaten? Or it was one of those where you had to
I
fast?
think I had just had a donut. I was probably supposed to fast.
Oh, wow, okay.
But 10 vials of blood was a lot. It seemed like.
Yeah. Any paralysis that you've had in the past? Anything?
No.
You know, something like that?
No.
Or tremors that you've dealt with? Involuntary movements that have happened? Anything like that?
Involuntary?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Any
mean like-
hallucination? I'm sorry, go ahead.
You mean like accidentally punch or kick?
Movements that's happened in your body that you have no control over.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, I've never experienced that. No.
Okay.
I punched somebody on purpose.
All right. Any hallucinations that you know of? That you've seen something that really wasn't there? You
No.
mentally? Any
No,
type of
my-
disturbances?
My hasn't played any tricks on me.
What about the mood changes?
My wife changed. My wife tells me my mood swings all the time, but
Do you feel anything like that? No.
she's just joking with me. We laugh and joke with each other about that all the time.
And I think you've asked you before. You said you've never had a blood transfusion. Any type of bleeding or bleeding disorder? Anything like that going on? Or easy bruising that you had?
I don't bruise easy, no.
Okay. All right. And what about exposure to like your heat and your cold tolerances? Do you have any like problems with handling feeling of too much heat, too much cold? Do you have those feelings, or sweating a lot, things like that? Do you ever, your body temperature, how's that?
I think my body temperature is fine. I don't tend to have any issues with temperature and my body controlling this.
No history of diabetes or anything like that, thyroid disease?
No, that doesn't run in my family. No.
Okay. And then, you ever feel like nervous or anxious at times or anything like that? Any depression?
No, the only time I feel nervous is when I'm about to hit a driver on the golf course and everybody's watching me.
Oh, okay.
Get a little nervous sometimes. I miss
Have you
the
had
ball.
any types of suicide attempts or anything, or
No.
any thoughts of that?
No,
Hurting yourself?
no,
Okay.
I don't think about that.
And no history of mental illness or anything like that?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. All right, well, we've pretty much finished those questions. I really appreciate it. We can go further with the exam.
Okay, sounds good. What do you think I got, Doc? Is it
Well, I have to do a physical exam,
Oh.
and we'll just go step by step.
okay?